What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. We're jumping in with the weekly update for Black Desert Online, so let's jump right on in. So let's follow along because this is going to be a little bit of a meaty thing, so I want to make sure that you guys get the full gist of what I'm viewing here. So number one, the biggest thing that's going to be on this list is the Heidel Ball is tomorrow. So make sure you go over to your challenge tab, pick up your stool the same way we did during the Calpheon Ball, and you pop a squat between 10 PDT, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Pacific Time, over in Heidel Castle. So that way you can look and get the, get your rewards basically from pulling there. Your sturdy chair and your trio ball balloon headband are all within inside of your challenge tab. So you can see where in the castle are we partying? Well, this little courtyard area right there. Just don't forget, it's gonna be June 22nd, which is tomorrow, 07:10 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, so pretty easy to follow. 07. Alrighty, so let's jump into these patch notes. So obviously Heidel Ball, we just talked about this, but they do have the Heidel Ball festivity events going right now, and it's the Heidel Ball Hot Time. So from June 19th to July 10th, before the maintenance, you're going to be able to have 3 weeks of hot time for 1000% combat XP, 400% skill XP, 100% item drop rate, and 100% life XP, which excludes trading. So this is a good event. Basically, get in there and grind. If you're trying to grind your levels out, I plan on doing so, especially now that I've pretty much completed most of the things that I needed to for my Destiny run, and I can be in a kind of maintenance mode for that. Although Elden Ring did just recently release, and I plan on rerunning a full playthrough of that one, so we'll see. So there goes the Les Heidel Ball, what we just talked about. They also have this event going on. Afaru is disrupting prep for the ball. So from June 19th to June 26th, before the maintenance, you can find Afaru while you are grinding as you would normally do, and he'll drop some items for you according to a set probability rate. So you can see here, gold bar 1000G, gold bar 100G times 2 to 3, and gold bar 10G times 3 to 5. I mean, netting that gold bar 1000G is pretty nice. So like, I'm hoping I meet a Faru. I need to go grind out inside the Blood Wolf settlement, so I'll probably end up doing that. So you can see here, by defeating him as well, you're going to be able to attain the Goblin's Secret Elixir, which lasts for 30 minutes. Is going to give you extra AP against monsters, monster damage reduction, knowledge gain chance, and higher grade. I actually prefer this. I actually prefer this opposed to previous events where we had to like get chests and pop those open, and then those gave us, because at least now I can see the goblet elixir and I can activate it when I want it to activate. And not to mention, you know, just a little bit easier in my opinion than what it was previously. So that's really good. So then we have Heidel or Bennett. Yeah, I can't say that. Don't ask me. So all Avengers who leave comments down below before June 26th maintenance, you'll receive a gift. The event Transform Crystals, used to exchange transformation scrolls and manage currency. So don't forget to go over here and basically take advantage of this event, so that way you can receive the Transform event scroll. So you can see below is a picture of Baynak. I can't say that. It's French. Find all traces of Heidel from the game within the photo. There's a total of 5, and all you have to do is basically leave the comment and you'll basically get the rewards there. So a good event basically overall. So new and returning adventures. Welcome to Black Desert, where new adventures unfold. You'll basically receive these items from now, June 20th through October 16th. So this is a great time if you're looking to jump back into the game, or, you know, if you're new to the game, to basically net some rewards. Not as if though Black Desert isn't very generous with their rewards, in my opinion. We've got the adventure support items from daily logins as well, the June 20th to July 24th as well, so make sure you're logging in. The Rear Corso training pack, the adventure selection box, these are nice. Experience the revamp Twitch drops as well, so go check out some of their players and you'll be able to get some of the item collection scrolls, and especially those Cron Stones, really good there. So now we jump into the meat and potatoes of the update specifically, and that is going to be centered around class changes. So in a nutshell, the changes are all mentioned here. What they've basically done is they've reworked the system, and this has been largely divisive as well, where basically the whole combat system has been changed up a little bit in terms of how you look at it. So let's read through this notes together. They've made significant changes given the scale of these updates. They're saying that this testing is necessary and that they want to go through with this. So first, they want to announce that the hit counts for each character's skills have been reduced by approximately 70-80% compared to the previous values. So essentially, the only way you really, in my opinion, notice these hit counts on the skills if you're playing at high fidelity graphics. It was one of the things I noticed when I started playing at 240 hertz versus playing at 60 hertz on the gaming monitor. I could see a lot of the animations. So they've reduced the total number of hits that are happening, but increased the damage outputs on respective characters to compensate for the total hit counts lost. They've also made changes to accuracy, evasion, and damage reduction based on those. So you can see here next we have overhaul the accuracy, the damage reduction, evasion to basically suit those. So they initially planned simply to adjust the damage and accuracy to compensate for the reduced hit counts. However, they determined more fundamental changes were necessary to achieve a positive outcome. How they didn't think that through in the first place, I don't know, because like obviously less hit counts means that, you know, I have less to evade, and like should have made sense from the get-go. Particularly, you can see the evasion system. Successful evasion currently results in taking no damage at all, and the attack power increases. The effectiveness of evasion becomes disproportionately high, because obviously if I can evade more and you're trying to hit me less, well, if I take no damage at all, well, then, you know, evasion is going to be king supreme. This imbalance can lead to unfair gameplay experiences where evasion is overly advantageous. Therefore, we aim to address the core issues of evasion and accuracy with this update. The changes are as recommended. The evasion system has been modified. Now, if you even successfully evade, you still receive a minimum amount of damage. Cool. And then a minimum 10 accuracy rate is basically applied to all characters now, and 10% of the damage that's going to be dealt. So your accuracy of 10 is basically guaranteed. So you're almost guaranteed to do damage against a target regardless of what class you're playing on. They also introduced a bonus damage reduction system. So similar to the way the AP scales, the damage reduction is now scaling. So based on your stats and where you are, you get the bonus damage reduction effect as well. Additionally, the damage taken while in super armor state has been reduced. While the bonus damage reduction helps, we found it insufficient on its own. Therefore, we leveraged the super armor feature to provide effective protection during critical moments. The damage reduction rate varies depending on the class characteristics. Lastly, they adjusted the accuracy and damage reduction evasion stats links to classes and items as well. So all of the items that had accuracy, damage reduction, or evasion on them, they've all been changed. So they've reduced the excessive influence of class specific stats, allowing you to choose a class based on preference rather than performance. Instead, item setups will play a more significant role in determining stats. So largely where you would have seen these bonuses on your classes, and it would have been largely attributed to like, hey, I want to play with this class more because they have more accuracy or damage reduction or evasion. They've applied those to the gear pieces. So now, regardless of the character you choose, those gear pieces can be used, and you'll modify your character's accuracy, damage reduction, and evasion through those. Not a bad idea in the first place. So you can see to achieve this, we modified the accuracy modifiers for each class skills. Previously, some classes had high accuracy even without item supports, often referred to as accuracy silver spoon. They've minimized such disparity, ensuring that class-specific accuracy and evasion stats are balanced within reasonable limits, with the rest determined by item setups. I don't think this is a bad thing overall. Adjustments to class hits have been made along with the following improvements: preventing the disproportionate effectiveness of evasion stats, balancing class-specific stats that were previously too high, and addressing issue where characters die too quickly in combat. So now you can notice that they've given a laundry list of things that they've basically done for all classes here. So you can see that the skill damage has basically been adjusted for the hit counts. The hit increase effects have been adjusted as well. The recovery effects on items as well, for like recovery, like, you know, using pots and stuff like that, has also been changes as well. And then other classes resources recovery as well. So like the sorceress's fragments of darkness, and then skill add-on effects as well have been adjusted as well. So overall, like a whole lot. So you can see here the damage reduction revamp. So if you're, depending on where your damage reduction is, kind of like the bonus AP that you get from the stat sheet. So like depending on where you are, you're going to be receiving this bonus damage reduction as well overall. So you can see all the way up here to 120, and similarly the accuracy based on your character rate as well. So for here, for instance, all the way at 50 plus, it was 383, and then 417 is what your total accuracy after was inside there. And then you can see specific class skill changes as well here in terms of like your characters. I don't know all of these. I main a Hashashin, so this is where it's saying, like, you know, for instance, they changed all the accuracy rate +3 +6 to just straight flat 6, Inquisition straight flat 6, and then Prime All's Dominion from +15 to just +6. So like, I think for some classes, and I've seen some complaints already about this, is that it's not necessarily working out or feeling the way it probably should feel, and there's some, you know, inconsistency in the way the combat is playing. So yeah, we'll have to see where that is. You can see mounted combat skills have been removed, other than your basic attacks and stuff like that. So whatever class you're particularly playing and you have, I mean, it'd be way too much for me to keep up with every single class and understanding how they play. So go take a look at your specific class, and that'll give you an understanding of how your class on a whole in terms of its kit has been affected. I have been a Hashashin fan since the Hashashin has been released, and so I'm more intimate with that class than just about any other class on there, though I do play Striker as a tag type character inside here. So you can see here, like, the set main weapon and succession skills accuracy rate to 16.5%, and there's a lot of different skills that this hopefully gives you a lot of ideas about how that's been reflected inside your kit as well. So you can see some of these rates and stuff like that were only affecting PvP and not PvE. I'm expecting there's going to be a lot of consternation about this overall, because I think there's going to be a lot of players who are going to notice, you know, certain effects and things like that not being inconsistent. This was never going to be a smooth rollout. When they announced this, it was like, holy shit, it's not going to happen smoothly. So hopefully over time players get adjusted to the new changes, and it doesn't, you know, force players away from the game in any way. So you also notice here that at the item changes that they've made, so for specifically certain elixirs, droughts, and so forth, they're going to perform a little bit differently in terms of their recovery effects, their nullifying effects, and so forth. So that's largely in the game. You also notice that here you see certain accessories as well. The accuracy rates on these accessories have been changed, obviously to help out with your ability to equip items, so like pay attention to those. You'll also see, like with Dawn's gloves and things like that, that there's a change inside the defense gear stats as well. So you're probably going to have more impact. I guess it's not more impact, because you were already having the impact period from your character classes, and now they've just taken it out of your character class specific and put it into item, which kind of will also probably in the long run help them do better at balancing classes as well, because now you, instead of putting everything with inside of the class, you can set a standard for what the character classes are going to be, and then rely on the players basically coming out with metas for those characters in terms of what they should and shouldn't be equipping inside of the game to those characters, and now it becomes a baseline across the board. I think this is going to be easier for them. Hopefully it's easier on the system, because when I play Black Desert Online, my computer screams, and so especially during any of those open field play sessions and stuff like that. So they've also done a number of class fixes and changes. Be sure to look at those. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a little divisiveness inside there, because how those class specific changes specifically work out when they've done all these other things is going to be like, yeah. So don't forget, Dark Rift events is going to begin June 26th with the maintenance. So like, if you have some Dark Rift characters, you probably don't want to run those now, because then you won't be able to hit the Dark Rift event. They've also changed some of the items that was mentioned above for the Dawn's gloves and so forth. They've also made some changes to some of the monster zones. So specifically Cyclops, Decia's Lantern. They improved their baby gargoyle to appear at a closer location. They moved 2 Cyclops slashers out of 5 to nearby locations. So you also notice they changed the monster AP in the monster following zone contents following the class damage reduction increase in system damages. So that should be good as well. And it's also affecting Node and Conquest War. This is going to have a huge impact on the game, so just take a look at that. overall. So I'm kind of happy about that overall in terms of where it looks like it was going and where it is. And so we'll have to see exactly where that lends us. Now I'm excited more or less about the Hashash, excuse me, not the Hashashin, about the Idle Ball that's going to be happening tomorrow. I'm looking forward to maybe the announcement of some of the classes that we probably have a look at. Like, I remember there was the mention of a male class that was probably to come. So hopefully we get some information about that. We've had the information about a lot of other type classes that were announced as well, probably 3 or 4 of them. I'm looking forward to maybe any of their account-wide changes that they've been making, specifically with the male class that they had released or talking about. I'm very interested in playing it, especially if it's like a sword and shield. My fear is that I've invested so much in terms of, like, inventory spaces, weight limits and stuff like that with my Hashashin, that I'll be distracted from doing those things with a new class because of these. So I'm hoping that they start looking at like maybe some account wide changes the same way they've done with like the life skills and stuff like that, specifically to those, to fill out like, characters. So that way I feel like I can lean into playing other characters, because that's largely a contribution. Like, I don't have a reason to play another class, especially when I look at like my Hashashin, and I've paid so much to basically get the weight pluses that basically allow me to just do whatever the hell I'm gonna do without worrying about my upper weight limits and so forth. So we'll have to see what those is, but I'm really looking forward to the Ataraxian updates from the new regions that we probably are going to get, especially the new Land of the Morning Light areas, and looking at what the rest of the year is to come. I know one of the things that I saw on the forums when in a previous update, people were complaining about the Black Star aura for colors and stuff like that, and when those were coming to the game. So we'll have to see and wait for all of that information to be revealed. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and let me know if you plan on tuning in to the Heidel Ball special. I know I will. Unfortunately, I still can't stream very well with Starlink, so we'll have to wait on that one, but I'll give you guys a reaction video to everything that was announced. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do me a favor, like and subscribe. It really helps the channel to grow. Until next time, peace.